Um. All right. Should we go into Deepboyz? You want to do a Deepboyz to
Yeah,
wrap
yeah.
this up?
Let's wrap up with a deep voice.
Oh, here we go. What's a good Deepboyz topic? Here's a good. Okay, I got one.
All right.
So when I first met you in college, you were a Christian. You were a pretty religious dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Not like evangelical, but you were like
Right.
a Christian.
Right.
Where are you now? It's 20 years later. We haven't really checked in. I remember like when we were shooting the movie, I remember we had a drunken conversation about it. Where are you now spiritually? What's your take?
Well, so the thing with me is, which is that I have pretty severe obsessive compulsive disorder.
Sure.
Um, that's been a thing my like whole life.
Are you
My mom,
medicated currently for that?
I'm constantly medicated for it.
And it makes a huge difference, right?
It does make a huge
Yeah.
difference. Like when I miss, like I can miss a couple days, but if I miss like 3 or 4 days, like I go like nuts. Like not nuts. Like I'm not like an asshole, but then I start like I can't leave rooms, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like, and so in a weird way, like religion has blended with OCD to me.
I think that's probably
Um,
very common for people, right?
yeah, so it's weird, like like I definitely believe in God. I definitely believe in personal responsibility, and I definitely believe that things that you do have effects.
In the
But
afterlife, like have effects after you die.
I don't know. God, I hope there's not an afterlife. I really hope. I like I don't know about the afterlife, like but like just as far as rules and as kind of a way to live, what I have like come to the realization is I don't know that I can beat OCD, but I can keep it bottled down to a level where I'm still functional in a society. And if I do these certain things to appease the OCD, that gives me peace of mind, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm at this weird stalemate with everything. So I'm fairly agnostic,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you had God and Christianity and like the idea of like spiritual accountability hammered into your head from birth.
Oh my God.
That you
I
were going to
was
go to hell if you did this, this, and this. So
my
how could
my
that
parents
not
Yeah, my
take
parents
over
always
your
talked
OCD?
about the rapture and stuff, like
Yeah.
like Christians like would all be taken away and go to heaven and
Right.
leave the people who didn't believe. And as far back as I can remember, like I always had doubts, kind of thing. Like it was like I never was sure if I believed.
Right.
I was like, oh, I believe because everybody says, I want to believe. But do I really believe? Like that kind of thing. So like as a kid, I would be like, if I was at a mall or a grocery store and I couldn't find my parents, my mind would immediately go to, oh, they got raptured. The rapture happened.
Oh my God.
And I was an unbeliever. So I got left here and now I got to fend for myself in fucking Armageddon, kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I was with that.
Yeah. But now you're consciously agnostic, but your subconscious and your OCD still sort of plays ball with the idea that like there's a spiritual over I don't want to say overlord because that doesn't sound right, but like there's a spiritual tally taker
Well, here's
who
the
will
thing.
like you got to play ball.
My OCD
Scorekeeper.
is kind of merged with string theory a little bit.
Well, that's got
Uh,
weird.
yeah, yeah. Where never mind, never mind.
No, I want this is are you kidding? Not never mind. That's amazing. What is I don't even know what that means.
My OCD believes that basically you can for every thing that you do, another universe splinters off from,
Okay.
and you can travel down that path.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But
So
you can't
I,
change streams. The stream you pick is the stream you're on.
but you can always get off that stream. into another splinter of it,
Mhm.
because it's constantly splintering out every
Right.
every second. It's splintering out into a
Like right
million
now, you could
different.
get in your car and drive to Canada and just live in the woods forever.
Yeah,
That's available to you.
I could say I don't want to talk about this anymore, and then my life goes differently than if I
Yeah.
continue to talk about this, like that kind of thing. It's so nuanced, like, and so that's sort of where I believe that morality lies, like in cause and effect, where the things that you do send you down different paths, where it's the reaction to these things, and you go into alternate realities. And my OCD has grabbed onto that idea in a horrible way,
Oh, really?
where where it's sort of, well, you do this or you go down this path, do this, it's a constant plague, and that's why I have to take medicine to keep it down, kind of thing.
Mm. I think about that a lot. I think about, I'm sure I don't think about it nearly as much as you do, but there are certain parts of my day where I always think about it. For example, every time I get out of the shower, I think about decisions I made in Philadelphia when I was like arguably at my most reckless, and what would have happened if I hadn't decided to leave Philly and go to New York.
Right.
And I always think about that when I'm getting out of the shower, because I think I have a pretty good life. I feel like I've made plenty of decisions I'm not proud of, but I've made plenty of good decisions that I am. And I feel like I've steered my little boat into like a pretty safe harbor. But I think, like, I was doing hard drugs. I was like committing crimes. I was like really doing horrible things in Philly. And it, like, I totally could have, by the skin of my teeth, I didn't like get arrested or become a total junkie. You know what I mean?
Right.
What would I be like now if I had? Like, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have done the Whitest Kids. I wouldn't have started the TV show. I wouldn't have a career in the field that I love. I would have been a fucking junkie in Philadelphia. Like, what the fuck would I be?
Well, there also is, your own character. Like, I don't think you would have been a junkie in Philadelphia.
I have a very addictive personality, and I was doing hard drugs.
Right.
I think it totally could have happened.
But you have the same personality, and you're sober.
True.
Yeah. Like, you may not have met me and Sam and those people. Like, your life would be drastically different. But I still think that I still think you get credit for overcoming,
Well, why don't you extend any of that credit to your stuff?
Well, no, I get paranoid about the possibilities. Like, I sometimes get crippled by decisions. Like, I remember I was in college, and and this is going to sound whatever, but I applied for 2 internships. One was at Conan O'Brien, one was at Saturday Night Live. I got them both. They were like, you can have both of them.
Weird flex, but whatever.
That's
totally. I'm totally kidding, dude.
That's what I was saying.
Not even a weird flex, dude. It's an internship. Thing.
But it basically it shut me down to the point. Or I've never experienced this before, where I was like, I couldn't make a decision. Because I just kept thinking at that point. I was like, because I was always thinking about the different the past and the string theory and the different like multiverse, and I was like, oh my God, if I go down this way, my life is one way, this way, and I don't know which one's better. I don't know what is the thing, and it basically incapacitated me. And my dad was like, just make a decision. I was like, I can't, and I eventually the only thing I could do is flip a coin. And I made the decision based off the coin. I was like, you got to just do it that way. Like, wow. Kind of thing. Because I was unable to make decisions.
And the coin picked SNL.
Yeah.
You're like Two-Face.
I'm exactly like Two-Face.
Yeah. I get it though. There've been decisions, there've been times in my life that I think back on that were like huge decisions. Like moving to New York was a huge one. There's a time where like I was like breaking up with a girl, and I was like, I remember walking into a room where I was like, it's showtime. Like, we're going to have this conversation. I don't know what to do. Like, I was like, I don't know if I want to stay with this person or break up with this person. I do not know. And I remember like, well, I'm walking, like, like every step I take, like this decision is here. And I
you've disembodied yourself.
Yeah. And I still remember those footsteps of like, what do I do? My life is about to change, you know, because it was like, I'm either going to marry this person or I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I remember the decision when we were shooting our Comedy Central pilot, where I had that other thing. That was like, yeah, paralyzing. So many of these things that I look back, I'm like, that was the wrong decision. You know, I think
The Comedy Central pilot.
Remember Boyfriends, where I couldn't be in it because I was doing the other thing. I wish I could go back and redo that one, man. That fucking sucked. I don't know. How much energy do you spend thinking about like what would be different if you'd only XYZ? You know what I mean?
Well, here's the weird thing: is I actually don't focus on regret a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why, because everything is so like, you know, I'm so focused on the decisions I have to make at hand. But I don't spend a lot of time wondering how things would have been.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I just burn a lot of energy deciding things that I'm like, oh, I've made the best educated decision I could, and I don't think back on it. But I don't have a lot of regret in my life, which I'm very like fortunate for. Like, but yeah, it's when to leave the house in the morning, like there's patterns that I have to do and things like that. Yeah. There's a certain amount of times I have to step on a certain board. There's like, you know, things that I need to say to people under my breath to leave, like, you know, so they'll be,
because you're always like, you fucking bitch asshole.
No, but it's like, it's just like it's from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, it's routine. And it's routine that I hope that nobody notices, but it's routine that keeps everything working in my head and keeps people safe. Like, because it's all just to make sure that your loved ones and like people you care about, like nothing bad happens to them. And so like you end up spending the entirety of your day, or at least conservatively 80% of your day, dwelling on that.
Yeah. Damn, dude. It's not 80%. Is it 80%?
It's without medication. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
Is that it? Did we do it?
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Fine. I feel fine.
Yeah, I feel good. That's a good Newsboys. We got into Deepboyz at the end. I actually think Deepboyz might be my favorite section of Newsboys.
Really?
I like it a lot.
It's always I like how bad we've been segueing into it now. We're just like Deepboyz.
Yeah, whenever we run out of gas and it's late. Well, I don't know what to talk about. Deepboyz?
You want to stop talking about how Gal Gadot's an idiot and then just jump into something like personal?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, buddy. Cool, man.
We never miss. We never have.
Wildly successful Newsboys. Yet again.
This is the greatest show on the network.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for fucking donating and hanging out and gifting and subbing. If I miss you, I apologize. We will be doing Self-Suck Saturday tomorrow with the whole gang. Hang out with us. What else are we going to do? It's fucking COVID. You got to hang out with us. You have no choice. Or I guess you do. There's other channels on Twitch. I don't know why you'd watch them. All right, buddy.
Good night, buddy.
Rock and roll. See you tomorrow.
See you in a bit.
Later.
Bye.